Hey folks, welcome to Software Testing Hacks. Today I have Vijay Lakshmi along with me for mock interview. She is having around 2+ years of experience in manual and automation testing. So yeah, let's welcome Vijay Lakshmi. Hi Vijay Lakshmi, welcome
Thank,
you to yeah.
thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So can we just start by can you just introduce yourself?
Yeah, okay. I am Vijayalakshmi Baikot. I am from Karnataka. I have completed my graduation in Bachelor of Engineering in stream of Computer Science and Engineering. I have 2 years of experience in software testing, manual plus automation. So currently I am working as a test engineer in one institute.
Great. So yeah, shall we start? So I'll start by start with the manual testing questions first.
Okay.
Yeah. So can you explain me the bug life cycle?
Okay. So once the build is ready, the developer will give build to the test engineer. The test engineer will start the testing the build, and whenever he found the bug, he will communicate to the bug to the first. He will tell to the development lead. Then development lead will go through that. First, whenever the test engineer will find out the bug, then he will uh, log into the defect tracking tool. Then he will prepare the report and he will send it to the um, uh, DL, that is development lead, and he will put the status as what can I say, open or new. If first time he is going to assign the means he is reporting that bug, then he will put the status as new, and the development lead will go through the report and he will send it to the particular developer one who is responsible for that build and defect, and he will put the status as assigned, and the development lead means particular developer will go through that report and he will check the he will go through that report and he will fix it the bug, and he will send it to the test engineer and putting the status as closed, and the test engineer will check the build and he will perform the retesting, and then he will retesting or regression testing. Then he will if the build is defect free, then he will put the status as closed, or else he will put the status as reopen. So this in this way defect tracking tool will work.
So in between there are certain other status as well come. Suppose say you have logged a defect, okay, which is already a duplicate defect. So then at that time, what it will be considered as?
Then the developer will put the status as
And if it is
duplicate
rejected,
defect.
yeah. So you also have to mention what are the other status that comes in between. Like if it is
Oh,
deferred, yeah. So then it will be set as deferred defect. So it will be taken up in the coming sprints, right?
yes, yes,
Okay. And also the developer will not close the defect. He will send it back to us saying that it is ready for testing.
yes.
Yeah, he will not be closing it. We after we test it, if it is working fine, then only we will be closing it. Okay.
Yes, test engine only.
Yeah. So, can you explain me STLC model?
STLC model. Okay. So first we will go through the system study. Then we will go through the test plan. Then test scenarios and uh, test scenarios. Then we will go with the traceability matrix. Test cases, creation of the test cases. Then we go for the traceability matrix. Then test case execution. Then test case execution. Then we will go for the reporting, means defect reporting. Then retrospective meeting. That is the end of the meeting.
Okay. I mean the test cycle closure, right? You're referring to.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So, what is regression testing and why do we need to perform regression testing?
we need to perform the regression test. Okay, so firstly we will go through go for the regression testing is whenever the build is whenever facing any defect, then we will send it to the developer will fix that defect and give back the build. Then we will check whether that the newly added model is affecting to the old model. Means already we are having some models, old models and new models will be by adding new models you should not affect the old model. So we need to perform the regression testing to check whether the newly added model is affecting the old unchanged models. So we need to perform the regression testing.
Okay. Suppose in case there is a defect fix, at that time also you will perform the regression testing.
Defects fix. Sometimes we need to no, means when is there any data flow between the models, then we need to perform the regression testing also.
Yeah, there are three different types of regression testing, right? Yeah,
Yes,
so based on that, we will be performing it, right?
yes.
So, and also we have something called retesting. What does it mean?
Yes, means if we already face some defect in one build and the developer will means we are having some test cases and some test cases are failed due to that defect, and we first we concentrating about that failed test cases. So first we will retest that test cases. So the that is the testing the failed test cases is known as retesting.
What is the difference between smoke testing and sanity testing?
So, yeah, sanity testing is the one of the name of the smoke testing only. So there'll be no that much difference, but the some very few differences are between smoke testing and sanity testing. Smoke testing is the positive testing, and the sanity testing is the positive test, both positive and negative testing. And smoke testing is done by developer or test engineer, but sanity testing is done by test engineer only. And for the smoke testing we will prepare reports. For the sanity testing we not prepare any report. And we can uh, smoke testing we can automate, but sanity we can't automate. So these are the difference.
Okay. So, so there is something called defect priority and defect severity. Have you heard like
Yes,
severity and priority?
yes.
So the what does it mean actually?
Okay, so based on the priority, the developer will fix the defect, and the severity means based on the severity, the test engineer will execute the test cases. I mean, the severity is mainly concern is how it is impacting on the customer business. So severity is going on. The priority is mainly given to the developer. Based on the priority, they need to fix the defect.
Okay.
If the high
So,
priority, then he should.
okay. Can
If
you give?
priority is high.
Huh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, please, please, please.
Okay, if
Priority.
priority is high, then the developer will need to fix the defect immediately. If the priority is less, means low priority, then he may fix the defect in that. If time is available, then he fix the defect in that life cycle or in the next test cycle.
So can you give me an example of high priority but low severity?
Okay, so whenever we found any in the login page, consider login page is very what can I say, most important for page for every application. So if we found any how low priority means sorry, you are asking about high priority and low severity, no? Okay, severity is mainly it is based on the how it is impacting the customer business. So it login page, if any spelling mistake means username is instead of username some username by the any name should be some characters means NOME, it will means it will not affect the customer business, means it will also accept the username. But
Mhm.
next what can I say, but it is affecting the means some other customer will not will be notifying that this is the not means it is a defect which is not working means it is not the customer requirement. Customer requirement is username, but it is different only. So it is not affecting, but it will accept the words means alphabets. But it is the no, what can I say? Not affecting the customer requirement, but it is affecting the login page. So it is the low severity and high priority according to my knowledge.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so consider there is a banking application, okay? So which have the functionalities like
Okay.
transfers, payments, and some other transactions. I mean, weaving the statement and all are there, are as part of the application, okay? And if transfers is not
Oh,
working, so then what is your priority and what is your severity that you're gonna set?
okay. So it is not transfer page is not displaying or how it is means.
No, it is we are not able to transfer the money from one person to another person. Suppose say my from my account to your account, I'm not able to transfer you the money. So how, yeah, what is the severity and what is the
Okay.
priority?
Okay, so transfer feature is not working. It is stopping the test engineer to test that module. So it is affecting customer also as well as the test engine also. So I am giving the severity as blocker, and the priority is very. It's main banking domain is under the transaction only. So I the priority is high. So priority also high and severity is also high.
And so have you heard something about like exploratory testing? What is that exploratory testing
Yes.
and when do you do that?
Okay, so exploratory testing means whenever we're not having that much documentation, so we are going with the exploratory testing. Means whenever that any test engineer joined that institute means organization, he is new, but he's not having. I mean, he is not involved in the documentation like requirement. Whenever requirement came and he is not there, then he will explore the application and he will start the testing. So then he that time we need to go with the exploratory testing.
Okay. And there are some techniques that are present as part of black box testing, right? So what are the black box testing techniques that we have?
Okay, testing techniques means boundary value analysis and when equivalent partition and one more is there. I am not remembering that.
Transition table, state transition table.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, when do you use these techniques?
Means boundary value analysis means whenever we are going with the range values
Hmm.
means now we need to test for some based on the values, then we are going with the minimum value minimum minus 1, minimum plus 1, then maximum plus 1, maximum minus 1 means whenever the range is given, then we will follow. Like whenever the username text field should accept only 3 to 8 character means we are going with the that one. Three means it should accept minimum value as 3, maximum as 8 like a password. So we need to test like it should not it should means we are checking whether it is accepting 2, 3, 4 like that we are going to based on the values.
Okay. Okay. Do you use it on your day-to-day, as part of your day-to-day life? I mean, writing the test cases, you use these techniques, right?
Yes, sometimes we are using that.
Yeah. Based on that itself, we will write test cases. Okay.
Yes.
So going ahead, so you are working for Agile project, right?
Yes.
Agile. Okay. So what is Epic in Agile? I mean, you use Jira, I hope so, right?
Yes.
Okay. What is Epic?
Epic means it's a task like
Hmm?
actually I'm not remembering exact meaning, so you need to help me in this one.
So basically, it is a collection of user stories, tasks, and whatever defect we have, we can, link it under one epic. While releasing a product or particular, a feature, we can tag all of them in under one epic and we can release it as a whole. It is kind of a collection of user stories, okay? And then your task, defects, whatever we have, we can link it to a epic.
Yes.
So, were you being also part of retrospective meeting?
Yes.
What do you discuss in retrospective meeting?
Okay, means we will discuss at the end of the sprint, and we will discuss what went well, what didn't went well. So we'll discuss that one. Means which all the good achievements are done. Bad means which mistakes have happened. So good achievements should be followed for the next sprint, and the what can I say? Bad achievements we should
Hmm.
overcome that one in the next sprint. So we are discussing about our achievements there.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. Then, so with database testing, I'll come to database testing now. Okay. So, can you tell me what is
Oh,
DDL statement and DML statement? Can you explain both DDL and DML statements, commands,
okay. So
basically?
DDL means
Hmm.
data definition language. So data definition language means we are using select clause and uh, select clause. Um, Group by order means how the data you are fetching, so it will come under the data definition language. And data manipulation language means no, we are creating the table and updating, delete, truncate, so these all come under DML, data manipulation language. And
Okay. So with DDL, I mean, you're not
uh,
exactly what, I mean, does select command come in DDL or DML?
data definition and DDL only.
DDL. Actually, no. I mean, DDL is data definition language where you can create, okay, creation, dropping of the table, creating the table, updating the table. All these comes under dropping the table. All this comes under DDL command. Okay. DML,
DDL.
data manipulation language is where you will get select command. Okay. Select and then in DDL, sorry, in DL command, we will get alter command. But in DML, we will get select, update, and then insert. All these will come as part of DML command. Okay.
DML. Okay.
Yeah. So also, can you tell me uh, about joins? How do you join two tables?
Okay.
I want inner join.
Basically joins means
Hmm.
okay. So basically joins means fetching the data from two or more tables simultaneously is called as joins. So inner joins means whenever the table A is having some data and table B is having some data, the matching data is fetching the match data from both the table is known as inner join. Common data we are fetching, so it is inner join.
Okay. So coming to API testing, so what are the
Okay.
different status codes that we have in API testing?
Okay. So 200 code, 201, and 401, 403, which I overcome means I have seen that one, so I'm talking about that one. 200 means okay. 201 means whenever you're creating, then it will give the code status as created. And 401, 403, um, 404 not found. Then 501 internal server error. So
500, yeah.
like
Hmm. Hmm.
that. 500 series is basically server side error. 400 series means client side error.
Hmm.
So these are
Okay. And how about 300 series?
300. Yes, 301 means something
I
I
mean, in
have.
general, at least in general, where does it take you? Like, If there is any redirectional, you know, codes, at that time 300 status will come
Yes.
into picture. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And what is JSON?
JSON means JavaScript object notation. So it is a, what can I say, supported language in a Postman. So in a JSON, we are having two types of data types: object type and one more is array type. Object is a collection of um, means not similar data types. Array is a collection of similar data types. So this,
I mean, it is basically a key value pair also, right?
yes, yes.
Yes. So yeah, so shall we move to Java related questions?
Okay.
Yeah. So what is constructor and how do you call constructor in Java?
Okay. So constructor is where it is a non-stat. It will come under the non-static methods. Um, non-static. So whenever we are creating the object of own class, whenever the what how it will be means class name reference variable equal to new class name. Whenever we are calling the new word, then constructor will be default constructor will be called. So whenever we are creating the how constructor will be called means, so when by using the reference value or reference variable, that is the constructor.
Yes.
And we are having constructor types, default constructor and parameterized constructor. If we want to pass any parameter to the constructor, then in the object creation only we can pass the values in that is the actual values, and the constructor is having same name as the class name.
Does it have written type?
No,
No. Yes.
means constructor
And
will not return anything, so it is not having return type.
okay. Okay. And can you explain me the concepts of OOPs?
Okay, so concept of OOPS means encapsulation, inheritance, abstraction, and hmm, so encapsulation means we are hiding the data in that one. Means wrapping up the data is called as encapsulation, and inheritance means acquiring a property from parent class to the child class is known as inheritance. Abstraction means mainly we are hiding the functionality of the class, and we are giving the functionality in the concrete class. So this is known as abstraction class. We can achieve 100% data hiding in abstractions.
What is the another one?
Oh, another one.
Polymorphism?
Yes, polymorphism.
Yeah, what is it?
Means polymorphism means poly means many, for morphism means form, many form in one. So how it will be means like we are going with a plus operator in the string. It will act as a concatenation. In that plus operator in the um, numeric, it will act like a subtract the addition of two numbers. So this is the polymorphism. Mainly polymorphism are two types: runtime polymorphism and compile time polymorphism. And
Yeah, and my next question is that what is runtime polymorphism? What is compile time polymorphism? And there are some other with other terms also it is called as what is it?
yes, yes. So runtime polymorphism means polymorphism is done at the runtime. So that is mainly method overriding. And the static polymorphism means it will be done at the compile time. So
Hmm.
that is the example is like a method overloading.
So what is it? I mean, can you just elaborate what is method overriding and what is method overloading?
Okay. Method overloading means it is a static method. So in the class we are having what can I say, methods with the same name but different in the argument is known as method overloading, and the method overriding means same name with the same argument is known in the parent class as well as the child class is known as method overriding.
Overriding. Okay.
Yes.
Um, and you were mentioning about static keyword, right? What is static keyword and how do we use it basically?
Okay, so static keyword means here by calling the static methods of variables, like there is no need of a creation of the object. So we can by creating the object it will take a lot of memory. So better to means sometimes so we can go with the static method. What can I say? Static instead of non-static. If you want to go with the non-static means you need to create the object of the own class, then it will consume memory. So we are going with the static sometimes.
Okay. And can you just give me the logic of how to reverse a string?
Okay, so first reverse means okay, one given string we need to reverse. Okay, so
Yeah,
first I
suppose
will go with the
say, just a minute. Suppose say there is welcome. It is a string
okay.
that I have given. You have to print it in reverse order. E should come first, and then yum,
Okay,
like that.
okay, so firstly we should know about the index means caret method we should know, means at the in index position which alphabet is coming. So first we need to go with the for loop. Then for loop means reversing means we should go with the last, what can I say, length minus 1. For I equal to length minus 1, then I should be greater than it should be greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0, then I minus minus. Then we are so we should have one empty string. So reverse something you can take reverse the string, and it should be empty. Then we are storing in that reverse string. So reverse, then caret of last means I, we should give that I, it will be the last letter, and it will be storing in the reverse. Then before it was empty, then it is now we are storing e we are storing. Then it will go to the for loop, and again I value should be decreased by 1, and it will take l, no, not l, m it will take, and it will store it in reverse. Like that it will work up to the I value become 0.
And is multiple inheritance possible in Java?
Multiple inheritance, no, it is not possible, because multiple inheritance means the parent child is having more than means one more than one parent. By calling the properties, the child means the compiler will get confused that which parent methods we can call. So it is not possible in Java. So we will overcome this one in inheritance, sorry, interface.
Uh, Okay. And yeah, in Java, we have string. So what is string? And why string is immutable in Java?
Okay. So string is the one of the class available in Java. So string is why it is immutable means um, it is having some basic methods. It is having some methods, and we can't change that string classes. So immutable means which is not changeable. So it is a we can't change the string. So means it is having some set of predefined methods, like that it is a one of the characteristics of string classes.
Okay. Okay. So let's move on to Selenium now. Okay.
Okay,
In Selenium, so while we write the code, we will say that WebDriver driver is equal to new, either Firefox driver or Chrome driver. I mean the driver name. So can you explain that
okay,
line?
okay. So WebDriver is the interface available in the Selenium. So WebDriver is having find element and find elements methods, and some it is from inheriting the properties from the context tree, and it is having some browser control methods like get method, and like source code, and get URL, then paste some it is having some browser control methods, and so it is WebDriver is the interface, and WebDriver is the reference variable. Like next we whenever which driver we want to go, like Chrome driver, Firefox driver, so it is the class available in the Java,
Okay. But why
not
it
Java
is not
7.
why it is not Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver? Why it is
So
driver is equal to yeah.
okay, so Chrome driver is a Chrome driver equal to new Chrome driver. It is a very basic method. So we can't inherit the property from the some classes. So we are going with the upcasting. So we are using the WebDriver interface here.
Fine. So and in Selenium we have different locators. Can you name them
Yes.
and then which do you feel is better to use?
Okay. So we are having locators like ID, name, um, class, then XPath, CSS selector, then tag name. Mm, um, most of the most popular locator in Selenium is the XPath. And first we will go with the priority wise, like first we will search for the ID. If we not found a one of one matching, then we will go for the next one, that is name, class name, then CSS selector, then XPath, and the last priority is the for the tag name. So yeah, the most popular locator is the XPath. So mostly we will prefer XPath only. Here we will get one of one matching for sure. So this is the popular one.
And what is the difference between find element and find elements?
Okay. So find element is mainly for it will returns web single web element, and web elements will return the list of the web elements, and find element, whenever we are using find element, if that particular web element is not present in the HTML page, then it will return no such element found exception. If then whenever we are using find elements method, if the elements are not present in the web page, then it will return the size with zero size, list with zero size, and the return type of the this one is single element, it is the list of web element.
Okay. Okay. And have you ever tried to drag and drop in Selenium? How do you
Yes,
perform drag and drop?
so it will mainly come under the mouse section classes. So here first we which element we want to drag, that one we need to find out the first path locate means path for that one. Next we need to which one we step where to where. First we need to find out the drag element locate path, and droppable element path. So we need to first that one we need to find out the path, then only it will work.
Yeah, that first is the source and next is the
uh,
target element,
th-
and then we will
yes,
perform, right? Dot
yes,
perform, right?
yes.
And okay, okay. And can you explain me the architecture of WebDriver?
WebDriver. No, I'm not sure that.
Okay. So yeah, so it is basically whatever the code we write in the IDE, right? First, it will be
Yes,
sent to, yeah, it will be converted as JSON format by JSON wire protocol. And then the
yes,
drivers will send those commands to the real browser, right?
Yes.
And then the same will be communicated back to the Chrome driver or whatever the driver respective, drivers of the browser. And then again, it will be converted by, a JSON wire protocol back. It will communicate to the IDEs.
Yes.
So that is the architecture. And can you tell me some of the limitations that we have as part of Selenium?
Limitations means by using Selenium, we can't go with the desktop applications, and uh, we can't automate 100% test case. Means we can't go with the 100% automation. Means we can't go for the captcha based testing
Mm.
by using this one, and by using Selenium, we can't go for the uh, what can I say, image based testing also not possible in the Selenium.
Okay. So, and then, apart from that, can you explain me your framework that you are using
Yeah,
currently?
okay. Okay. So mainly we are going with the hybrid framework, that is the combination of data-driven testing and test-driven development. Data-driven testing means where we are hard coding the test, avoiding the hard coding of the test dates data, and we are hiding the data in the property file, and we are fetching the test data from the property file. So this one is come under the data driven testing. And the test driven development means we are using test ng to execute the test script, and for the reporting also we are using the test ng. So this is our the framework. And we are using some listener classes also, and for the reporting test ng, and for the why test ng means it will support parallel execution also, group execution also, and many more things like this. We are using test ng.
Okay, what are the different files that you have? Like, where do you keep all your paths, everything? Can you just be little elaborative?
In the POM pages, we are mainly form pages is to avoid hard code the locators. So we are storing in the POM pages, and we are giving the implementation in the POM implementation, and from by the help of POM pages we will be fetching the locators.
And do you use Cucumber?
No, in our project we are not using Cucumber.
Okay, okay, okay. And what is Maven?
Okay,
So,
Maven is mainly used for the build control tool. So we can run our test script in the command line prompt. So we are going with the Maven. So in Maven we are having commands like Maven clean, Maven validate, Maven compile, then Maven test. If you want to go for the Maven, then you should have the test method and test script should have suffix with test. Then it will whenever we are going with the maven clean, it will clean the targeted file. And maven validate means it will check for the whether project is error free or not. And maven compile, it will check for the compile syntactical error present in the uh, what can I say project. If it not, then it will give the build success. Then maven test means it maven test, whenever we are giving maven test command, it will search the project which is suffix with the test, then it will start execute the that scripts.
testing, we will create XML files, right? Why do we
Yes.
create XML file?
Means if we want to give any data provider also, we can go with the xml. And if we want to perform the parallel execution, then we can mention it in a xml file. Group execution, like that we are using xml file there.
Okay.
And we that much only.
So, yeah, I think we are done with the mock interview. Vijayalakshmi.
Okay. Oh,
So yeah. Mm. So I have almost covered from all the topics that you have worked on, like manual
okay.
automation, Java, everything we have covered. So
Okay.
yeah, thanks for joining.
Thank you.